Welcome back to the pregame show. Professor Dave McQuaid joins me on a big, big night tonight. And again, it's the arrival of Tim Cars to the sidelines. Highlands has been waiting for this for 5 weeks. What does this mean to the team?
It's going to be an interesting night, Mike. Everybody touted Highlands and Valley as the top two teams in this section. Highlands started out by beating a very good dairy team soundly, coached by Tim Cars and his staff. Then the strike came. 3 weeks, you didn't know which Highlands team was going to show up. They lost the game at Hampton, played poorly. They went out to Elizabeth Forward, played well. Went out to Pine Richland, just didn't play right. Is the real Highlands team going to come tonight, or have we seen the real Highlands team? I think we'll see a much better ball team tonight. Valley, which team's going to show up tonight? We keep talking about them. They're 4-0, powerful, we love them, but we keep seeing those mistakes. How's that team going to beat a Moon? How's that team going to beat a West Allegheny? Last week against Hampton, 15 penalties. Which Valley team's going to show up tonight?
Now, you mentioned Tim Cars. Again, if you complete the sentence, he's back for 2 days. And again, that's a big difference. Most teams have had their coach for 5 weeks. He was afraid of putting too much in. And again, most teams have everything in already. Now, let's talk about tonight's game. Is this still a big game? We wanted both teams to be undefeated, but is it still a big game?
Bigger than you think. We have a surprise announcement to make. Last year, they started the rivalry for the bridge. The team that won got to claim the bridge. Well, now they really get to claim the bridge. A resident donated a 1951 commemorative plaque from the Trenton Bridge. And the winner of the game from tonight and every Highlands Valley game from here on out will receive that commemorative plaque, and they'll own the bridge. B&J Sporting Goods will engrave the winning school's name on there. Now, that's not the best part of it. The best part of it is the winning school gets to travel to the losing school, and at a pep rally, the losing school has to present the bridge, a la the plaque, to the winning coach, to the winning captains of the team. So the rivalry is alive.
Could be a lot of fun. Now, in the pregame, we talked about injuries. And again, Valley has been crippled by injuries recently. Let's go down the list. You talked to trainer Bob Friend. Let's start with the quarterback, Dom Girardi. What's his condition?
Dom Girardi last week had a leg injury, and they were concerned that it would be real serious. The leg is sore. Dom's going to start. He's going to go tonight. He seems okay. But if he gets a lot of pressure, a lot of hits, and has to do a lot of running around out there, it may take its toll. But he's ready to go tonight. Andre Burke is out for tonight. He's not playing at all. Mark Santucci, he's 100%. Leonard on the line, he bruised his hand last week. They got him padded up. He's ready to go.
And the kickers, and I know we talked about the kickers too, they've been injured due to soccer injuries. We checked on both of them. What is their condition?
I talked to the Highlands staff, and Matt Hewitt's 100%. Ferrocci, for Valley, he has a bruise on the inside by his knee of his kicking leg. But he played 2 soccer games this week, so he's going to be out there. For Highlands, Babinsack at quarterback, he's not going to be there tonight. His knee, there's no injury that they can find in there, but it keeps swelling up, keeps getting some fluid on it. So Bouch will be at quarterback, and you'll see Babinsack, the big boy, lining up at receiver.
Well, that's the report from the MASH unit down here. But I'll tell you what, if they can't play, they will play tonight. Nobody wants to miss this game. Well, Dave, it's that time of the program. Predictions, here we go. You first.
Well, I wanted you to hold the umbrella in case the people that are my neighbors want to throw things. But tonight I'm looking for Valley by a touchdown.
Well, I'll tell you what, last year it's like a different 180-degree turn as far as the game goes. Last year, Highlands had the depth, Highlands had the speed, Valley had the home field advantage. This year it's exactly opposite. Valley depth, Valley speed, Highlands home advantage. I think it'll be close too. Well, that's going to do it for the pregame show. Let's send it back up to Bob and Joe, that dynamic duo.
All right, we thank you. The dynamic duo, the Ace Hardware people, have brought you our pregame show. I don't have a prediction on the game. I don't know if you do, Joe, but
no predictions. These are two teams that we sort of adopted many years ago, and we'll just keep it that way. We'll just root for a good game, and may the better team win.
There you go. We'll be back. The opening kickoff is only a minute or so away here on Comcast Cable Channel 3.
At Festa Chiropractic, we are introducing our patients to what chiropractic care was truly meant to be, a form of true health care, a way to get the most out of life, optimal health, not merely the reduction of symptoms. All through our lives, we encounter numerous impacts. Some will get help early and avoid accumulated degeneration, and there will always be those who wait until beyond the last minute. Whoever you are, whatever you do, Festa Chiropractic is here for you.
There's a popular myth in business today. It says that if you want to make your employee benefits better, you have to spend more money. Truth is, better benefits don't have to cost a cent. Just call AK Valley Federal Credit Union and ask how you can offer credit union membership to your employees for free. As members of AK Valley, your employees will enjoy all the services of a bank without all the hassles. From no-fee checking and savings to IRAs and home equity loans. Call AK Valley today, 1-800-458-6928.
Central Office Products, your authorized agent for Bell Atlantic Mobile, thanks you for making them the Pittsburgh area's #1 agent by offering current customers a free Motorola StarTAC analog phone when you add another line. Or trade in your current phone if you've had it for at least a year for a free slim Nokia 918 available in colors. If your cellular phone bill is $20 a month, you should switch to a digital phone and save. An authorized agent for Bell Atlantic Mobile, Central Office makes business and personal communications easy.
Allegheny Ludlum Corporation, creating new alloys and new process technologies to better serve our customers in the growing markets for stainless steel and other specialty materials around the world.
Once again from Nick J. Star Cynic Field here in Natrona Heights. Bob Tattern, Joe Falsetti, Mike Choma, and Dave McQuaid. Once again, we send our condolences out to the Pavlik family of Lower Borough. Mike, who normally joins us on the crew, his father passed away earlier today. Joe, last game of the century between these two teams.
How about that? It might be a memorable one.
Let's go downfield now. Listen to the officials here meeting with the captains. It might be that the official has neglected to turn on his microphone, so allowing for that, there is the toss of the coin. So Valley has won the toss, and they have deferred. They did this with Derry area recently. They're going to give the Rams a football. Joe, the officials, I believe, well, I know that Joe Holliday had the note here, but so the Rams will start with possession of the football. Nice cool night for a football game here in Natrona Heights. Glad you could join us for the telecast here. The crew has kind of been waiting for this one for quite some time. We firmly believed that both teams would be coming into the game with records of 4-0, but there have been some disappointments along the way. Joe?
All right, Bob, got the officials here. Referee is Pete Rota, Frank Packard, the umpire. The linesman is Brian Fleming. Hal Santcliffe is the line judge. The field judge, Gary Shanahan. And the back judge is Dale Waha. That is not Dale Blaha. That's Dale Waha. And, of course, you all know Dale Blaha from the Altani Insurance Agency. All right, Dale.
Highlands will be running from right to left as we begin here tonight. I'm sorry. Valley will be kicking off and defending the goal to our right. Highlands will be going the other way. Highlands wearing the brown and the Valley Vikings wearing the gold with the white uniforms, and very difficult numbers to pick out from above. Now on the level camera down on the field, you can pick that one out pretty good. Tyrone Woody along with Marcus Williams are back to receive deep for the Golden Rams. All right, Tim Feroci kicking off. And the kick sails to the near side, takes one bounce into the hands of Marcus Williams. Comes up the field, across the 35, and is brought down near the 39-yard line. Starting lineups tonight presented as a service of Burrow Rentals. For the Highlands Golden Rams, their starting line will consist of Nick Barker, Bo Elliott, Ron Pastorik, Frank France, Aaron Burkobin, and the tight end Jason Avali will not be in tonight. Quarterback will be Bouch, Tyrone Woody, Holmes, Williams also in the backfield. Babinsack will also be there. A little flare pass out on the wing. It is caught for about a 3-yard gain, and the Vikings very quickly cover it up as the pass was caught by Marcus Williams. Let's take a look.
Looked as though you might have had some blockers out there in front of them, Bob, but the Vikings played it very well and held it to about a 2-yard gain.
All right, let's take a look at Valley's defense. In the defensive line, it'll be Mike Martin, Frank Leonard, Chaz Wilburn, and John Pernunzi. The linebackers, Jermaine Hughley, Donnie Booker, and Mike Belli. The safeties, Nick Pryor, Mark Santucci, and B.J. Flannery. And the first flag of the night is thrown.
I think Highlands jumped.
So they will redo the down, but instead of 2nd and 8, it will be 2nd and 13. Nice crowd on hand for this one. Bouch is starting out at quarterback. He wears number 12. Babensack will see some playing time tonight, but as a receiver. So Bouch approaching the line. And they move again.
Well, it's another 5-yard penalty against Highlands.
So instead of 2nd and 13, it'll now be 2nd and 18.
And going in for the Rams, number 74, Aaron Berkman.
And Nick Barker's coming up. All right, 2nd and 18. The Rams off to a bad start because of 2 5-yard penalties. Here is a pitchback. Woody coming around the near side, and he will be brought down at about the 34-yard line. It'll be Jermaine Hughley on the tackle for the Vikings, along with Nick Pryor. It'll bring up a 2nd and 16, a gain of only a couple of yards on the play. 3rd and 16, beg your pardon. It is near the 34-yard line.
There's an official time, I think, equipment adjustment or something there, Bob.
And a reminder from Burrow Rentals, don't buy it, rent it. Right now, any rental you make at Burrow Rentals, Monday through Thursday, means a bonus. You rent at the minimum 4-hour rate, but use the rental for 24 hours, a full day. Give them a call. Burrow Rentals, Cheswick, and Lower Burrow. Bouch on 3rd and long. Looks to pass. Is under some pressure, throws, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Marcus Williams on the far side of the field, and the punting unit is coming on for the Highlands Golden Rams.
And Valley, Bob, a good defensive effort here on the first possession for Highlands, who had pretty decent field position following that kickoff return, but a couple of penalties set them back, and they have to punt. 4th down.
Now the Vikings will have Santucci as the deep punt returner, and Bo Elliott will punt. Takes the snap, gets a good foot into it. Santucci is not going to return this one. It'll bounce inside the 40 and go out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Let's take a look at Valley starters tonight. They will start Brent Menito, Frank Leonard, Ben Livingston, John Pernunzi, Rob Palumbo, and Jermaine Hughley make up the line. The quarterback, Dom Girardi. In the backfield, Donnie Booker, Mike Martin, Jerry Jefferson, and Mark Santucci are the 2 wide receivers. Valley's football at about the 39.
I was going to say a 24-yard punt that time by Bo Elliott.
Don Girardi, balanced line. It goes to the tailback. Running through for good yardage, up across midfield, and down deep into Highlands territory was Donnie Booker, if I'm not mistaken. It is Donnie Booker. All the way down to the Highlands 36-yard line. So 14 and 11, 25 yards on that carry. On the first play from scrimmage, they open up a sizable hole right up the middle. Booker again the tailback. Mike Martin is the upback. Once again from the balanced line, the same man carrying the football goes around the left side, swings into the open momentarily, and the Rams will bring him down. It was Bo Elliott along with Darrell Collier. And down to the 26-yard line. Sizable chunk of yardage. Call it 9 yards, 2nd and 1. We are in the first quarter, Valley's first series of plays. And it's a 2nd and 1 from the 26.
I think Valley has 12 men on the field, Bob.
Here's the snap and the give. And again it goes to Booker. Booker picks up the first down. The first man to touch him was Justin Holmes. And then a host of other Rams were there for the tackle, including Nick McAndrew. And it's a Valley first down at the 23-yard line. 8.5 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. The first play, Donnie Booker rambles 25 yards, and the Vikings have put on the pressure. They're at the Highlands 23, a 1st and 10. Girardi, who only played less than 2 quarters, it's a gift to Santucci. Santucci came from the left side, took the handoff, and is brought down near the 22-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up. So the Vikings threatening here in the opening quarter. They're down to the 21-yard line, right, or so, 22 thereabouts. Man in motion. Girardi looking to throw his first pass of the night. The rush is on. Girardi dodges a would-be tackler, escapes, now finds himself into a little bit of trouble, and the man that made the tackle was Bouch. Justin Bouch makes the tackle on a Girardi scramble. Did he lose a yard or so? He did.
Pretty good pressure that time by the Rams, Bob, and that forced Girardi out of the pocket, and by the time he looked for a receiver, down he went.
Girardi tried to dodge. Well, he went back to the original line of scrimmage, Joe, so it's 3rd and 10. Well, he actually lost a little bit more than that.
They lost a couple of yards, yeah. 3rd down and 11.
So it's 3rd and 11. He lost 2 yards on that play. From the 25-yard line, it is 3rd and 11.
3 wideouts, Bob, to the right side.
Girardi on the fake, and he's rushed, and he's
what a play by number 44 for the Rams, Jared Collier.
So Collier makes the sack, and the Vikings now faced with a punting situation on 4th and long. They spotted at the 35. Let's see what they do. The punting unit is apparently coming on, and
all the way back to the 35-yard line.
Yep. So it is 4th and very long.
Santucci punting, and back is Bonaslawski and Ryan Balasek.
Here's the punt. It's high and away, aimed for the coffin corner. It'll go out of bounds. We'll bring you up to date when we return. 6:10 to play in the first period. We'll be right back.
If you're planning a special event, relax and enjoy the convenience of having everything under one roof at the new Clarion Hotel in New Kensington. The Clarion Hotel has private banquet facilities for your wedding reception, anniversary parties, corporate luncheons, showers, rehearsal dinners, awards banquets, baptisms, retirements, or any special occasion. After the festivities, guests will appreciate a short walk to their rooms. Call the Clarion Hotel now so you can start relaxing. 335-9171.
You can get further ahead, actually, by being in a smaller class than being in a larger one.
The thing that I like best is the response that I get from my students. Watching the faces light up as they understand.
This is a place where you can be motivated.
This is also a place where we prepare ourselves for the future.
I definitely enjoy coming here.
Come over to our place.
So come over to our place and see for yourself.
Come to the 380 Discount Warehouse, where value and savings mean extra cash for you. Check out their great selection of name brand recliners, quality constructed for years of comfort. You'll find a nice selection of sofas, chairs, tables, and lamps. There's a great selection of what the kids are looking for, and the kids will appreciate the selection just as much as you, and the price is right. Dad has plenty to pick from in the automotive section, including tools. The selection's here, so are the savings. 380 Discount Warehouse, Route 380, near the intersection with 366.
Where's the pharmacy?
Okay.
You go around motor oil, left at lingerie, around the...
Why go through all this to get low prices on healthcare products? Just go to your neighborhood medicine shop pharmacy. With nearly 1,000 stores nationwide, we have the same buying power as the big chains, so you'll always get a low price and personal service. The medicine shop, what a pharmacy was meant to be.
For fast, friendly, professional service,
stop in and see us at the medicine shops in Natrona Heights and Oakmont.
We are back. 6:10 to play.
They're at about the 9-yard line, Bob.
The ball spotted near the 9. And Bouch is the quarterback for the Golden Rams. No score in the game midway through the first quarter. Bouch taking his time, hands off. And coming around the side, the Vikings are going to put a quick stop on this play. Chaz Wilburn for the Vikings making the tackle on the ball carrier. And they give him about 2 yards, Joe, to the 11. Collier carried the ball, picked up 2. 2nd and 8 for the Rams. The ball at their own 11. And Bouch is looking. He throws the football. He's got a man out there, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jason Thies. And I'll tell you what, a little bit lower, and Thies had nothing but open field had he caught the ball in stride.
Santucci and Joel Pippin back there on the coverage.
And the clock stops at 5:28 of the period, 3rd and 8 coming up for the Rams. Good ball game here from Nick J. Starcenic Field here in Natrona Heights. Bob Tattern, Joe Falsetti, along with Mike Choma, Dave McQuaid joins us as well here for the show, the game, the show of the week. Last time these two teams will meet in this century, barring the playoffs, Joe.
Yeah, you're right,
that's a possibility. You never know. Here's Bouch. He throws.
He got a man out here. Oh, my goodness.
It was Marcus
Williams. He was wide open.
So the incompleted pass brings up a 4th and 8. There's Bouch looking to throw. Has his man there, but it's a little bit too far. Probably 5 yards or so overthrown. So Bo Elliott is back to punt.
Santucci, the deep man, along with Lewis Wingfield. Good kick. Good kick.
They're going to let it bounce near midfield, and it's going to take a Highlands roll dead at the 44.
If you're in need of an attorney, call on Ray Bitar of New Kensington. Now, if you need to settle an estate, discuss a personal injury situation, set up a last will and testament, perhaps a real estate transaction, the man to call is Ray Bitar, who has served the area for over 20 years. Attorney Ray Bitar, Felderelli Square in New Kensington.
46-yard punt, Joe, for Highlands, which helped them out a bit. So the Vikings have it at their own 44. First down 10, no score. 5:11 to play in the opening quarter. Out of the I formation with a slot to the left. It goes to the first man coming ahead. And carrying the football, getting good yardage, is Mike Martin. And Martin is up to the Highlands 45, brought down by Jordan Babinsack. Let's take another look at the give to the upback. We'll get downfield in the meantime. Mike Choma standing by with an injury report.
Guys, number 74, Aaron Berkabin for Highlands, big tackle. He's had knee problems, and they're checking it right now. He may not return.
Too bad. I formation for the Vikings on 1st and 10 at the Ram 45-yard line. This is Girardi. And again, the first man carries the football, but he ran into a brick wall. Highlands defense came up big. It was either Matt Rusevich or Chuck Engel. No, it can't be Rusevich. Chuck Engel, I would believe, is the tackler on that play. And John Lowry was also there. It was Nick McAndrew that was the first to hit him. So no gain on that play. 2nd down and 10. The ball on the Highlands 45 with 4:09 left in the period. No score. Santucci in motion. Up the middle. This time it goes to Bill Enciso. And he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. And it is 4th down for the Vikings. Or is it 3rd?
3rd down.
3rd down, okay. Collier there for the Rams on the tackle. And we're under the 4-minute mark of the quarter in a fast-moving game. Enciso was the ball carrier on that play. Santucci is out wide to the right. Jefferson comes, beg your pardon, it is not Jefferson. I have to get a number on that. This is Girardi.
It is Jefferson.
And Girardi trying to get rid of it. Incomplete, and the Vikings will punt. So the Vikings, with 3:16 to play, have their punter there. Jordan Babinsack, number 11.
And 15 over on the other side, Bob. Ryan Valasek.
And what do we have? There's a flag on that last play.
Couple of them, in fact.
All right, as they unravel it, let's do the break. We'll take a break. We'll come back, bring you up to date when we return.
People are turning away from prescription medications in droves to more natural forms of health care. For over 100 years, doctors of chiropractic have been getting people healthy and, more importantly, keeping people healthy naturally. True health care comes only from within, not from a bottle or even surgery. At Festa Chiropractic, the power that made the body heals the body. Let it work for you.
If over 200 brokerage firms, mutual fund managers, and financial institutions from around the world advise their customers with the help of investment research from PNC Bank, well then, why not just go into PNC Bank?
Car shopping? Come to Morabito Motors and see a great selection of high-quality vehicles specializing in sport, foreign, and domestic. Morabito's highly trained financial staff will assist you in getting a loan regardless of your credit history. Browse their performance accessories department with complete installation of all accessories, custom graphics, window tinting, complete interior and exterior auto detailing full-service department. Morabito's has one of the highest customer satisfaction ratings in the valley. Morabito Motors in Lower Borough, the exclusive auto headquarters. Kittyland Child Care, a lot of things to a lot of people. It's a place for mom to take the kids when she wants a day of her own. For others, it's part-time quality care of their little ones, but for most, it's full-time quality care. Kittyland in Tarentum offers a fenced-in play yard where kids can let go of their energy. Inside, it's big and roomy, plenty of safe activities for kids of all ages. Kittyland, 134 4th Avenue, Tarentum, located within minutes of exit 14 of the expressway. 5-yard penalty, Joe.
Illegal substitution. Too many men on the field for the Rams.
And so Valley will punt it again 5 yards closer. Good snap, and the kick is away maybe a little bit too long. It's going to sail into the end zone, or will it?
Yep,
it is.
It did.
So the ball into the end zone, and the Highlands goal, and the Rams will have it at their own 20. John Kazmerit is spreading out the welcome mat to some great food and fun at Gippers, formerly the Rabbit Foot Restaurant on Craigdale Road in Lower Borough. Enjoy football, including this game, on the Gippers 60-inch giant screen TV. Gippers, located on Craigdale Road in Lower Borough. So the Rams have it. First down and 10 at their own 20. 3:08 to play in the opening quarter without a score.
Bravo.
Loose football on the snap, and the Viking signal, and the official.
They got it. Valley has it.
So the Vikings come up with a loose ball. Let's see if there was a... it's hard to tell what happened, but...
evidently, Bob, something went wrong because the quarterback never made an effort there was absolutely no snap, and then when the snap was there, the quarterback must have been looking up.
17-yard line is where it is. First down and 10 for the Vikings and a big break. Jefferson wide to the right. Don Girardi takes the snap, and he hands off with a football. Off the right side is Donnie Booker. Booker is where?
Awfully close, Bob. Awfully close.
My. Well, they were at the 17, and they're not quite into the end zone, so they're within a yard or so.
So Booker gets it down to about the 1-yard line, I guess.
16 yards on the carry. So they're down to the 1. Goal to go from the 1-yard line. Valley threatening with 2:45 left in the quarter. Girardi.
He's got it.
On the keeper.
Well, I guess
no
he's
signal
not in
yet. Still no signal. It is
now. He got it.
So the Vikings draw first blood in the game with 2:30 to play in the quarter. And it's 6-0 with Feroci on to attempt the extra point. Feroci is on for the extra point. And the kick is apparently blocked. No, wait a minute. They're going to throw a pass into the end zone, and it is incomplete. It had to be a busted play. I'd like to look at that again. Can we or can't we?
High snap.
Busted play. Okay, here's the touchdown. Girardi plowing ahead. They delayed on the call, but he got it now. Did we have the extra point? Okay, all right, no problem. So on the high snap, the Vikings attempted a pass into the end zone on the busted play. There's the difference, Joe, when you have too many men on the field. Maybe you can explain it.
Well, Bob, there's 12 men on the field. It could be called a false start.
If it's before the snap.
It's an illegal procedure where you get a 5-yard penalty. If the flag actually is, it's pretty confusing here. I have a hard time reading this thing, Bob, to be honest with you.
If 12 men are on the field, if it's called before the play starts, it's illegal procedure and 5 yards. If the play starts, it's illegal participation, and it's a 15-yard penalty is what it's all about. So here's the kickoff. Taken inside the 10. Upfield with a football is Marcus Williams, and Marcus Williams is brought down near the 30-yard line, maybe the 29.
You know, it's a shame, Bob, doing these ball games. I know last week up at Hampton and again here tonight, it's almost impossible
to read
see the numbers on Valley's jerseys. And it's a shame because when these kids do something, whether it's offense or defense, we'd love to recognize them, but it's almost impossible. The numbers are just, almost the same color as the jersey, which is white.
Fouch hands off to is it Williams or is it Woody? It's Marcus Woody on the carry. And Woody is brought down on the play by Joel Pittman after a gain of about 3. It is marked at the 33. So second down and 7. Somewhere near the 33-yard line. Make that 6-0. Valley in the lead late in the first quarter. Fouch turns and gives. And spinning away. It could have been Holmes on that carry. Let's see who it was. The Vikings on the tackle at the 35-yard line. Donnie Booker making the stop for the Vikings. It'll be 3rd and about 4 with 1:30 to play in this first quarter. 6-0 Valley in the lead. A 1-yard quarterback keeper by Don Girardi and a busted play on the attempt for the kick after the touchdown. Here's a give to Woody. Woody wrapped up by Pittman. And he scored it ahead.
I think he got the first down, Bob.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pittman grabbed him, and he had an assist on the tackle. from Jermaine Hughley, and Nick Pryor also there, but he apparently picked up the first down, and they do signal that at the 41.
Good run by Woody. He was hit after a gain of a couple, but he kept spinning and got the first down across the 40.
So they have Jordan Babinsack split wide to the left. They're going to run out of the I. Williams goes in motion to the far side, taps the quarterback, and the give goes to Woody. And Woody picks up about 4 yards up to about the 45. Tackle made by Booker. And it is 2nd down and 5. They give him 5 yards to the 45.5. We're in the last 30 seconds of the opening quarter. Holmes in the backfield, along with Woody. And Holmes gets the call and busts ahead for a couple of yards, but it will not be enough. It'll bring up a 3rd down and maybe 3 up to about the 48. For the Vikings, it was Chaz Wilburn on the tackle, and time will run out here as the first quarter winds down. So at the end of 1, the Valley Vikings have a 6-0 lead, and we will return with more action in the game after this timeout.
If you have teenagers, you may think influence over their lives is up for grabs. But when it comes to important choices, like whether or not they drink, kids say their parents rule. Talk to them. The power is yours. Use it. A message from Anheuser-Busch.
2 locations and the same great service from the pros with over 20 years experience. Sparkle Cleaners, located in Lower Borough and Springdale, offer suit and shirt laundry along with professional tailoring for men and women. Need something dry cleaned? No problem. Bring it into Sparkle. And don't forget, Sparkle Cleaners also rents tuxedos for that special occasion. Sparkle Cleaners, Leechburg Road in Lower Borough, Pittsburgh Street in Springdale. You can't get that sparkle anywhere else.
American dreams can come true with the right home loan. That's why many borrowers look to USA Preferred Mortgages of Lower Borough. USA Preferred understands home financing, and they guide borrowers through the loan process step by step. USA Preferred knows the AK Valley, the homes and available lenders, and they take pride in turning dreams into reality. So whether you're buying or refinancing, see your hometown mortgage company, USA Preferred Mortgages Incorporated of Lower Borough.
You always get a great deal from the straight shooters at Liebert & Sons Dodge.
Our accountant says reduce inventory now. Liebert & Sons is dealing now. 20 new Caravans from $15,990. Ram pickups from $19,990. 150 used vehicles, some under $900. Special 1.9% financing. Rebates up to $2,000. Liebert & Sons $1 million inventory reduction sale going on now.
Best kept secret in town.
All right, folks, we are back. It's a 6-0 game. Valley in the lead. Second quarter to start. Joe, it's 3rd and about 1.
3rd and a long one for the Rams. They have it at their own 49-yard line. Bouts, the quarterback, sends a man in motion. And here is the handoff. Getting the first down up across the 50, down to the 48-yard line. Tyrone Woody gets the first down. Gets it over to the 48-yard line of Valley. So Hughley on the stop for the Vikings as Highlands picks up the first down. Tyrone Woody picks up about 4 yards. He needed 1.5 yards, got 4. High formation one more time as Bouch bark signals again. He sends a man in motion. And, this time he breaks out of there. Still going, still going. Oh, what a run over there by Justin Bouch. Looked as though he's going to be hit for about a 15-yard loss. And he winds up all the way down to the 36-yard line where Joel Pittman finally made the stop. 1st and 10 for the Rams at the Valley 36-yard line.
Here's where he gets away.
Looked as though he was going to get grabbed over there, but...
and I believe Pittman is closing in on him. Or is that Santucci? No, that was Pittman. Pittman it was, number 25.
This time they're split backs. And again, they send a man in motion. That's Williams. Right up the middle and getting, a couple of yards, maybe 3. Justin Holmes on the carry. Picks up maybe about 3 yards. On the stop was the number 57. That's Chaz Wilburn. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Rams. They have the football at the 33-yard line of Valley. The Vikings lead 6-0. They recovered a fumble at about the 18-yard line of Highlands, and they took it in. The extra point try was missed with a high snap. They attempted a pass off of that high snap and not complete. Here's a handoff, and here comes Woody. Woody hurdles the tackler, gets down to the 25-yard line. B.J. Flannery on the stop, but Woody picks up the 1st down. They'll spot the football at the Valley 25-yard line. The Rams on the move, 1st and 10 at the Valley 25. The Vikings lead 6-0, but Highlands on the move. Boy, what a crowd here at Highlands. They're probably 10 deep in the end zone, if you can believe it. All right, ready to go once again. Bouch, hands off right up the middle, and number 45, Justin Holmes, didn't get very much that time. Maybe managed to get a couple of yards. And getting off the bottom of the pile was Frank Leonard, and Jermaine Hughley on the stop was a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8 from the 23-yard line. So Highlands ready to go once again. Holmes and Woody in the eye. Woody, the tailback, as Bouch, bark signals, sends a man in motion. Here is a whistle and a flag.
Was it offense or defense?
Yeah, looks like it might have been, well, let's wait and see. Could be against the Rams. Maybe number 7 might have moved a little bit there. Let's wait. Well, the first possession they had, Bob, they destroyed themselves with a couple of penalties, and they had a pretty good drive going here, and it got stalled again with a 5-yard penalty. So it'll be 2nd down now and 13 instead of 2nd and 8. All right, here we go once again. Bouch has a couple of wideouts to the right side, and Woody, no, that's Holmes off the right side, and Holmes is going to pick up maybe a couple of yards. On the stop was number 22, Donnie Booker. And they'll spot the ball just outside the 25-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 11. Wide to the far side for the Rams, Jordan Babinsack. And here is Bouch, and it looked as though it was intercepted, then dropped. Pass was a little bit short. Had that thing gone up a little higher, might have been a different situation. All right, as it is, it'll be 4th down and 11, and the ball is spotted at the 26-yard line. I think the Rams are going to take a timeout and talk this one over. While they do that, we'll take a timeout and come back with more right after this.
West Arm Therapy Services provides outpatient physical and occupational therapy to all age groups. We specialize in evaluating and treating people with neurological, musculoskeletal, and sports-related injuries. We're dedicated to providing superior quality care in a time-efficient manner to restore you to your highest functional level. Our courteous and knowledgeable staff strives for complete customer satisfaction. Let us help get you on the road to recovery with physical therapy close to home.
P.J. Greco Sons, located along Old Route 28 in Creighton, are buyers of scrap iron and metals, including brass, copper, stainless steel, aluminum, radiators, and metal cans. Simply bring in your unwanted scrap metal and iron to the processing plant in Creighton and get cash. P.J. Greco Sons will pay you for the scrap metal that is taking up space in your home or business. From soda cans collected at the family picnic to old metal appliances, get cash. Bring it in to P.J. Greco Sons in Creighton.
You'll find everything for your table at Fazio's. Fazio's can prepare some of the finest Italian trays like lasagna, spaghetti, stuffed shells. Fazio's has one of the largest delis in the area. They carry fresh-cut meats and cheeses, and they have a large selection of imported pasta. Fazio's Bakery offers fresh homemade bread and rolls daily. Everything is fresh at Fazio's, ready for your table. They're located at the corner of Drake Street and Lishman Avenue in Arnold.
Injuries at work should be reported as soon as they happen. Burkett Chiropractic are experts when it comes to workman's compensation and personal injury cases. Our legal staff is ready to help you gain your rightful compensation for pain and suffering. We have complete X-ray facility, a ready access to MRI, CAT scan, and vascular studies. Burkett Chiropractic provides a friendly, helpful atmosphere as well. For affordable, competent chiropractic care, call on Dr. Joel Burkett, Brackenridge.
All right, Joe, 4th down and 11 to go.
All right, and ready to go now. It looks for sure that the Highlands Golden Rams will go for it, and why not? They're at the 26-yard line of Valley. However, they need 11 yards for the first down. Again, in motion is Williams. Bouch rolling right, throwing, got a man down there, and it might have been tipped. In either case, it's incomplete, intended for Jordan Babinsack, and the Vikings will take over at their own 26-yard line.
Joe, I don't know if it was perhaps the receiver turning in the other direction or not, but it was thrown behind him and away from him. It was a good 5-yard miss on that pass play. So, well, we're down to 8:54 left in the first half. A 6-0 Valley lead here from Natrona Heights.
And again, Bob, the penalties have hurt the Rams. They had a pretty good drive going and picked up a penalty, which got them 2nd and long and 3rd and long, and they had to give up the football. All right, here we go. Girardi. Barking signals are in the eye. Girardi back looking, throwing out there. It's complete to Jefferson. Jefferson gets up across the 37, maybe to the 38-yard line. Good for the first down. Girardi to Jefferson. Bouch finally made the stop. Girardi, Bob, last week against Hampton, the first half before he was injured, he was on the money, virtually on every throw. And that one was right on the money, and Jefferson did a little running after the catch.
And had 172 yards before the half ended.
All right, here we go. The Vikings. 1st and 10 from their own 36. Girardi hands off. Oh, getting tripped up and getting stopped cold was Bill Enciso. And the tackle made there by number 71, Nick Barker. So Valley stopped on that play as Barker made a good defensive play for the Rams. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 36. The Vikings in possession with a 6-point lead. 6-0 Valley. 7:45 remaining in the first half. Jefferson wide to the near side of the field. Girardi looks. Girardi throws. Girardi's got a man open and incomplete. Mike Martin was the intended receiver. So the pass is incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. The ball at the 36-yard line. Valley's 36. Bob, have you ever seen a crowd here that the end zone has as many people as are at this end zone here to our right?
Not in
Looks as though they're 10 deep.
Whiz.
And the other one is not, almost as bad. This is really a packed house here.
There's the drop pass by the way.
Highlands. All right, ready to go once again. The Vikings from their own 36. They need 10 yards. 3rd and 10. Girardi back. Girardi looking. Down he goes. Way back at the 30-yard line. Number 42 led the charge for the... Well, they don't have a number 42. I know that Nick Barker was also there. Also there was Ryan Valasek. So the punt now coming up as Santucci. Back to punt.
And here's a high kick. It's going to bounce at about the 45 and down near the 45-yard line. So the Rams will have pretty good field position here from their own 45. 6:50 remaining in the first half. It's Valley 6, Highlands nothing. 23-yard kick that time by Santucci.
Ben Livingston was the Valley Viking who downed the football at the 45. What's wrong, Joe? Me? You can't hear? Uh-oh, here we go.
So it's
how about now?
Highlands at their own 45-yard line. Vouch hands off right up the middle and getting a couple of yards at best. Woody is going to be second down and 8 following a 2-yard gain, maybe a yard and a half. In either case, let's call it second and 9, let's call it. But looks closer to a 1-yard gain. Ball at the 46-yard line. The clock is moving at 6:23 remaining in the first half. Coming to the near side of the field for Highlands is number 11, Jordan Babensack. They send Williams in motion. And pass right over the middle, complete to the 45-yard line, down at the 43. Pass to Jordan Babensack from Bouch. Good for the first down.
Here's the pass
B.J.
again.
Flannery on the tackle.
Oh, nice hit.
That's that quick turn in right over the middle, and Babensack got it, got the first down at the Valley 43-yard line. Split backs again as Bouch, same formation as he sends William in motion. Here's a pass over the middle, wide open is Woody. Woody at the 30. Woody down inside the 25, down inside the 20, maybe to the 19-yard line.
And Joe, I missed the tackler on that one. I could not spot him. When I finally did, he turned to the side. Let's watch it again. Maybe we can pick it up here as Bouch throws.
Good pass to Woody, and then Woody breaks away from a couple of white jerseys right here as he breaks away and picks up a few more yards.
I'm not sure. That could have been Pittman. There, they're down to the 20.
All right, here is Highlands. Bouch. And Woody off the right side, and Woody gets very little. Maybe near the 18-yard line. The tackler was number 22. That's number 22 is Donnie Booker, made the stop, along with Ben Livingston. So it's going to be a gain of 1. Second down and 9. The ball is at the 19-yard line of Valley. The Rams are trailing by 6, but they have a pretty good shot here at the Valley 19-yard line. And here is a keeper. Bouch is going to be run out of bounds. Got a good gain that time. Bouch is going to, I believe, have the first down. Let's wait.
Joe, he's inside the 5, if I'm not mistaken. Am I wrong?
Well, he's inside the 10, I think, Bob.
Take another look at it, Joe. Good deception. The fake to Woody.
Made a good fake. Comes to the near side. And I think he's inside the 10, Bob, where it might be first and goal. There's the 20. There's the 15. And here is in near the 10, and he's hit and run out of bounds. And ready to go once again.
At the
Bouch.
They could have marked at the 7.
Here's Bouch to Holmes. Holmes driving. Holmes is going to be hit and grabbed near the 5-yard line. And there was about 4 or 5 white jerseys there to make the stop. Holmes gets it down to about the 5. Santucci came in to make the stop.
Among others.
Well, he was the first guy there. So it'll be second down. They cannot get a first down. I believe they have to get into the end zone.
Joe,
second and goal at the 5. And here's Bouch rolling right. Bouch may go. Bouch still going. Still going, and Bouch. He's going to come up. He gets a touchdown. Bouch gets into the end zone for the score. So Bouch with two big plays here. One of them getting the first down inside the 10, and this one right here as he rolls right. He keeps going and finally gets into the end zone. Number 5, I believe, hit him and knocked him out of bounds. That was Nick Pryor, but just a shade late as the Rams get into the end zone with a chance to take the lead here as Matt Hewitt tries the extra point. He's got one of the better legs around. This one is up, and it is good. The Rams take the lead 7-6, 3:44 left in the half. We'll be right back.
Sir James Printing and Business Form Center is a full-service offset printing facility capable of servicing all your business printing needs. Letterheads, envelopes, and carbonless forms, as well as multicolor professional sales and marketing tools. A complete computer form center with continuous laser forms and bank checks designed for your specific needs. A full line of software-compatible forms are also available. A comprehensive lineup of advertising, specialty, and promotional products, and giveaways for incentive programs, giftware, and achievement recognition. Call Sir James Printing at 339-2122.
When it comes to making the right decisions about insurance companies, you can't do better than Altany, Lloyd & Lindquist. This experienced team of professionals has a combined 145 years of service in the industry. The licensed staff understands your needs and will give you the best advice on price and personal, business, auto, and long-term health insurance. Altany, Lloyd & Lindquist will give you the lowest prices for the best coverage. That's why we can say service is our trademark.
Some of the most beautiful furniture in the world can be found at Arnold Furniture. Give your home a new look with your selection from Arnold Furniture's 3 big floors of merchandise. Choose from some of the finest manufacturers, quality furniture for the bedroom, dining room, kitchen, living room, and den. Arnold Furniture features accessories too, such as tables, lamps, and more. Family owned and operated. Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Arnold.
The special program is brought to you by Armstrong Air, the ultra-high efficiency heating system that is so well designed, it can actually pay for itself in energy savings.
Call Bob Medvico at Automatic Heating and Supply at their new location in Arnold and ask about affordable financing and their quality work. Phone 335-8532. Armstrong, this is some furnace.
All right, ready to go as Hewitt will tee up the football back deep for the Vikings, Santucci and Mike Martin.
Is this the first time this year that Valley has been behind? It might be true.
All right, ready to go. Hewitt. 3:44 left in the half. Highlands 7, Valley 6. There's the kick. It's a squibbler. It's still bouncing around, it's still loose, and I believe Valley finally fell on it at about the 27-yard line. Oh, my. A little bit of a surprise there. Tim Carr is trying to pull a surprise here with that squibbler, and Vikings fell on it at their own 27.
Couple of bounces, and fortunately for Valley, look at the coverage that Highlands had on that, huh?
It's impossible to see those numbers.
At the 27, Joe.
All right, Valley at their own 27-yard line. Girardi with a lone setback now as they're wide on both sides. Here's Girardi back looking, throwing, and it's Santucci, and he's going to be hit and dropped at the 29-yard line. A gain of a couple of yards. Darrell Collier on the stop for the Rams. A gain of about 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7. The ball is short of the 30. Let's call it the 29. The clock is moving. 3:15 remaining in the second quarter. A little bit of a surprise here now as the Rams lead Valley 7-6. Here is Girardi. Girardi back. Girardi looking. He's got a man out here. It's complete. Good for the first down. Jermaine Hughley on the reception all the way up to the 49-yard line. 1st and 10, the Vikings.
Well, let's see, that covered 22 yards. Or did it cover, yeah, roughly.
So the first down for Valley. They're at their own 49. Girardi in the eye this time. A slot to the right and a wide out to the right side. Here's a handoff off the left side, and going through is Booker. And Booker is going to be stopped over there. McAndrews on the stop, and an injured Valley player here. And he gets up. Is that
Pryor? No.
It's number, I think it's number 44.
That's Hughley. Yeah.
I think it's number 44. That's, I believe that's Hughley. Yes, it is. Those numbers, Bob, are just absolutely impossible.
I volunteer to Ray White. I will go down with a dark colored paint, and I'll do the numbers, Ray.
Yeah, nice dark number on that white jersey would really help. All right, ready to go. 2nd down and 5. Valley at the Highlands 45-yard line. 2:10 remaining in the first half. Here's Girardi back. Girardi looking. Girardi throwing. He's got a man out there, complete. Ball at near the 30-yard line, and I'll tell you what, when Girardi gets it going, he is deadly. So Jefferson gets the reception at the Highlands 30-yard line. And Justin Bouch made the stop. Ball at the 30-yard line. And the pass play did result out of bounds finally, and it stops the clock with 2 minutes remaining in the half. Here's Girardi back looking, throwing, complete. Looks like Jefferson again out of bounds after about a 6-yard gain. So the ball spotted at the 25, a 5-yard gain. Let's call it 2nd and 5. The clock is stopped again with the out-of-bounds play with 1:55 left. Valley on the move, and they trail 7-6. Boy, what a doozy of a ball game this is. They're 10 deep in the end zone on the right side and at least 5 deep on the left side, and the stands are packed. What a game, and what a crowd. All right, here we go. Here's a draw play. It gets nowhere. This time they're going to lose 2 or 3 yards. Donnie Booker had nowhere to go, and he was stopped. Bo Elliott was the guy that led the charge for the Rams, and the Vikings take a timeout with 1:45 remaining in the first half.
That'll bring up, Joe, I believe, a 3rd and 5.
Well, Bob, this is an absolute clincher that it really doesn't matter what your record is when you go against your arch rival. This is a perfect example. And a timeout was called by the Vikings with the ball spotted at the 26-yard line.
And when Tim Cars came back to practice, they were barely on the field, Joe, about 10 minutes. You recall the story that they told, the big bolt of lightning, and they took everybody into the gym. They've not really had, with him, a good practice since he came back on Wednesday. They only had Wednesday and Thursday, and you know it rained.
Well, Bob, you know, it's the old story. When you're a student in the classroom, you look to your teacher for some guidance. And when you're a football player, you look to the coach for some guidance. And with all due respect to the fill-in coaches that were handling the Rams, you know, it's not the same.
By the way, Valley has not been penalized in the first half. Last week, they were throwing flags all over the place.
All right, here we go. Girardi. Long count. Girardi back. Girardi looking, throwing deep, and did he get it?
That's dangerous.
I don't think so.
It's dangerous down to where he...
Yeah, it is. I think, yeah, there was all kind of, well, the band members were there. Fans were down there, and it's an incomplete pass.
Girardi throwing on the replay.
So it brings up now.
So close on that.
4th down. 5 yards to go. The ball is spotted at the 26-yard line. The Vikings take another timeout. Just a big play here. They want to talk this one over. 4th and about 5. The ball at the Highlands 26-yard line with 1:39 remaining in the first half.
It's not, I was going to say, Joe, it's not, pardon me for interrupting, it's not that Feroce can't kick that far, but he does have a problem with his knee.
Well, 17 yards from the 26, Bob. That's a 43-yard field goal, and, you know,
I know it's a lot to ask, but it's been done before.
Oh, I'm sure it has. In the meantime, this ball game is so important to both teams. Highlands desperately needs it to stay in contention for a playoff berth. Valley needs it to stay atop with an unbeaten record, and of course hang in there where, you know, with the playoffs coming up, the higher you're ranked, the better opportunity you have for an opponent whenever that playoff picture comes up. All right, here we go. Biggest play of the game so far. 4th down and 5 for the Vikings at the Highlands 26-yard line. Clock 1:39. Here is Girardi. Rolls right. Girardi looks and almost caught, but not quite.
Intended receiver, Joe.
And Santucci was in the end zone. Bob, I believe, all alone.
Mike Martin was the intended receiver.
Martin almost got that one. Tight coverage. Looked like Santucci was in the end zone all by himself. But the Rams hold with 1:33 left in the half. And what is Highlands going to do now, Bob? Just run out the clock here in the first half?
There's the pass, by the way, on the replay.
Let's look downfield and we can see Santucci. Look at Santucci down there in the end zone,
yeah.
Bob. All alone.
Well, after the pass was thrown, the man that was covering him, Marcus Williams, left him to come up.
No.
You
don't
think?
make excuses. No, he was wide open. Incomplete pass. Marcus Williams, the intended receiver. So the clock still has 1:30. And the Rams, I believe, are going to maybe run a play here to do something with that clock. They don't want to give Valley another opportunity this half anyway.
Good.
All right, ready to go once again. Highlands in possession. Back, and here's a pass over the middle again. Number 11 on the reception, Babensack, and he is going to be stopped at the 34-yard line, short of the first down by Joel Pittman.
Well, that's a 2-minute offense with 1:13 to play.
So this is 3rd down and a yard. Third and more than a yard, I believe. All right, here we go. Here is a pass, sideline pass, almost intercepted. Not quite, and almost getting it was number 5, Nick Pryor, who played that one beautifully. So the pass is incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Here it is again.
And Valley has a chance here. I'm a little bit surprised that Highlands didn't run at least one play to take some time off the clock. So Valley now with an opportunity with a little over a minute left, 1:01 to be exact. Santucci back there along with Martin, and either of them can take off and go all the way with it. Here is the kick, high kick. It bounces at the 40, and it's going to keep rolling, and somebody from Highlands better down it. They do at the 47-yard line. Jason Thies finally fell on the football at the 47, so Valley will have it with 51 seconds left at their own 47-yard line, and with Girardi's arm, don't go away. 25-yard kick that time.
If they would have downed it where it first bounced, it would have been 35.
That's right.
Took a 10-yard roll at least coming back.
Well, Bob, Valley could get, with 51 seconds, and Girardi back there, the gunslinger that he is, could make that 51 seconds look like eternity if you're playing defense. All right, here we go. So Girardi in the shotgun now.
You don't see this too often.
They're wide on both sides for the Vikings. Here's Girardi, takes the snap. Long pass, almost. Oh, was it caught? It was. Oh, my. Good defender back there. Looked as though he went for the interception, but Jefferson took it in, went out of bounds, stopping the clock. They'll spot the football at the 44-yard line. Jefferson, tell you what, he's quite a receiver, Bob.
This kid is good.
The Vikings trail by a point with only 45 seconds left in the first half.
45 seconds left, and here we go. Wide again on both sides, and Girardi one more time in the shotgun. Girardi takes the snap. Now they have the draw, and it goes nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
Well, they miss it by about a half a yard, but can they call a timeout or not?
I know they called two at one time there. They may have one more left. Let's see. They do have one more. There is their last timeout with 32 seconds remaining in the first half. It's Highlands 7 and Valley 6. No timeouts remaining for the Vikings.
And 3rd and 1 coming up at the Highlands 44-yard line. 7-6, the Rams in the lead. The Vikings scored first. A 1-yard plunge by the quarterback, Dom Girardi, in the point after. A botched snap or whatever happened, Joe, a high snap. I don't recall.
You mean the extra point?
The extra
yeah,
point
it was high snap.
It was a high snap,
yeah.
so they never got the play off. When the Rams scored, Hewitt put it through, and that gave him the 1-point lead. So both kickers suffering a little bit. Hewitt for the Rams with a little bit of an injury, although I think they said in the pregame show that he played 2 soccer games this week.
Feroci?
Hewitt.
Oh, Hewitt did, and Feroci did too.
Does Hewitt have a problem too with his leg? Or no, no, he doesn't. It's Feroci. It's Feroci. Okay, no, Hewitt's okay. It's Feroci that played 2 soccer games this week. And the pain is apparently around the knee and behind.
A game like this, Bob, the pain goes away.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
It'll come back to right after the game is over. They wouldn't miss a game like this for anything. All right, here we go. 3rd and a yard and a half. Here's Girardi. Long pass. Intercepted. Intercepted by Bouch. Still on his feet. Bouch gets it all the way back to the 50-yard line. Or was that Babinsack? That was Babinsack, not Bouch. Babinsack on the interception, number 11.
And they've got 20 seconds, Joe, at midfield. And maybe all of their timeouts. I don't know.
Well, tell you what, you got a shot at throwing a long one. You never know what might happen.
There's the interception made by Babinsack.
Yeah,
he follows Holmes.
All right, here we go. There's Vouch throwing, sideline pass. Babinsack gets it, goes out of bounds at the 40. On the coverage for Valley was Nick Pryor. So 5 seconds on that play. Ball at the 40-yard line. Highlands in possession. Well, I know they've got timeouts. I don't know how many, but Valley is out of timeouts, so they don't have the football, so it really doesn't matter for them. Here is Bouch. Bouch, back, Bouch looking, Bouch throws, fumble, still loose, still loose, still loose, and finally I think Valley may have fallen on it. 6 seconds remaining on the clock. Valley's got the football. Valley recovers at the 44-yard line.
Here's the man that does the damage.
Was it 33?
Mike Martin.
Mike Martin, boy, he came from the backside and really did a number.
And it became a hot potato.
Would you believe that there have been 5 possessions in the last minute and 55 seconds?
And we're down to 6 seconds left.
Well, time for one play.
It'll be a Hail Mary, I'm sure.
All right, here we go. Girardi back. Girardi all the way down. This is out of bounds. And the half ends with a surprising score. The Rams of Highlands 7 and the Vikings 6.
I don't know if we have time to squeeze in a quick interview with Tim Cars or not, but Mike Choma, can you talk louder? All right, Mike Choma down on the field here with Tim Cars, coach of the Rams.
Coach Cars, first half, again, a lot of confidence about you. Look like Sleppy out there from last year.
Well, I don't know about that. We're just trying to do some things, get ourselves back in the rhythm, and, you know, try to get it going here. We're taking what they give us. We're trying to mix it up so we can get them confused.
Good luck in the second half, Coach.
All right.
Send it back to Bob.
We'll be back with halftime after this timeout.
Drive into the new century with a beautiful new Buick for $2,000 from Boucher Buick and GMC Trucks. For over 40 years, Boucher Buick and GMC Trucks, they've stood by its commitment of fairness in all aspects of doing business. Boucher.
There's the performance by the Valley High School Varsity Marching Band at halftime. The Highlands Golden Rams lead in the game 7-6. We're going to focus our attention downfield right now. Mike Choma is standing by with our halftime report. Mike?
Thanks, Bob. You talked last night on your commentary about community. It was a great commentary because that's what this is all about. Not only do we get involved with the kids, but the community gets involved. Two guys from Highland are joining me this evening. They got the community involved. They did some good old-fashioned tailgating. And, again, Eric Schmidt, it was your idea to do the tailgating. Why did it come about?
Well, I just wanted to get a little bit more excitement into the Highlands crowd. It seemed to be wavering a little bit, and besides Pippo and Bob, they don't get enough excitement in their lives.
And again, it was a great party. I went over to get some of the flavor of the game and also some delicious food. Jim, it's your Highlands. You provide the Highlands for Eric to have the party. There were about 50 coaches over there before the game, and one of them made a good comment. They said, put Babinsack at wide receiver. He could get open, and he did. What have you thought so far of the first half?
It was a great game. I think Highlands is playing way beyond their expectations. With the coach back, I think they're really playing with a lot of emotion, and I think you'll get another good second half out of them.
And again, everybody said even this was a Johnstown game with Tim Clark on the sideline. He does bring some excitement. He's up and down there, clapping the kids on their backsides when they come off the field. And again, they played a great first half. Now, Eric, important question. Highlands wins, the party's on. God forbid Highlands loses, what happens?
The party's always on at the Schmidt house.
There you have it. They're going to have their party one way or the other. Now, Jim, I understand that you didn't want Bob and Joe to go home empty-handed, so you packed something up for them. Is that correct?
We got a little something for Bob and Joe here.
Oh.
That's good to hold Highlands home cooking right there.
They said there's been Highlands home cooking here before, but it's concerning the officials. Bob, Joe, we're going to send it up to you. Gentlemen, take your places to get that stuff up to them. Let me tell you a little bit about the trivia question tonight. Trivia question involves what team in the AK Valley had the best attendance last year, the largest attendance? See if you know that. Now, also tonight on the High School Scoreboard Show, Great Allegheny Conference, it's a real mess. If you want to look at it that way, there's 6 teams competing for 3 playoff spots. So again, who's going to get those 3 playoff spots? This game will tell tonight. But there's an important one down at Derry. Burrow is going down to Derry. They have to win there tonight to stay in contention. And up at Katanning, Knock is playing Katanning. And again, probably one of those 2 teams will make it. So again, we'll have all those scores, highlights, plus the trivia answer. Bob and Joe, enjoy the snacks. Let's send it back up to you.
All right, very quickly, if we could take a look at the standings, we had those all prepared for you before we get down to enjoy the music of the Highlands Band. Next week, Valley and Pine Richland will play. Pine Richland this week have an exhibition game, so that 3-1 Charjo is not going to be affected. However, if Highlands should beat Valley here tonight, Valley would go 4-1. Pine Richland would remain at least 3-1 in the section. They might go 3-2 overall, but that means nothing. So, you know, next weekend's going to be another important game for the Vikings, and they got to get up for it.
Well, Bob, you know, with 4 teams making the playoffs from each conference, it's very possible that the AK Valley, with Valley, Highlands, Burrell, conceivably could get all 3 of those teams in the playoffs, along with either Katanning, Knock, Hampton, Pine Richland, although it looks as though they may have the very best shot at it. However, the season is young, and boy, I'll tell you what, from one week to the next, surprises happen, and I wouldn't be much surprised if something happens tonight, not only in this game, but some of the other games in the Greater Allegheny Conference.
The Highlands Band, as we mentioned, is on the field, and the bag has arrived at the press box. Thank you so much. We appreciate whatever is in the bag. Some kielbasa. Really?
Well, Tanner, go ahead. I know you want it all. Go ahead and take it.
Let's go downfield. Appreciate it again. And presenting again now the Highlands Varsity Marching Band.
Oh, brother, they got everything.
And we're at halftime. As we mentioned, the Highlands Golden Rams with a lead of 7-6. Time now for the halftime stats, brought to you by Jimmy G's Restaurant in Aspinwall.
Bob, I'll tell you what, you couldn't ask for a closer ball game. The score, Highlands 7, Valley 6, but it's much closer than that. Both quarterbacks have thrown 11 passes. Justin Bouch completing 4 for Highlands, Dom Girardi 6 for Valley. Highlands 58 yards in the air, and Valley 56. Total yards, Valley has 130, Highlands 129. Third down conversions, 0 for 5 for Valley, 2 for 5 for Highlands. But a lot of Valley's yardage has been on gains on first and second down. Penalties for Valley. Last week they had 15 penalties. This week a perfect first half. Highlands has 3 for 15. Turnover. Highlands has fumbled 2 times, losing them, I think, both times to Valley. And that one turnover for Valley has been the interception at the end of the first half.
And if you're looking for a great place to eat out, head straight for Jimmy G's Restaurant in Aspinwall. And you're soon going to find out why Jimmy G's has a very loyal customer base and why they're recognized by Pittsburgh Magazine and others as one of the finest restaurants in the Pittsburgh area. And you know, with the expressway, you're only a few minutes away from one of this area's finest eating establishments, Jimmy G's, and it'll become one of your favorites too. Jimmy G's Restaurant, Commercial Avenue in Aspinwall. Let's take a look at our halftime highlights. They are brought to you by Albert's Shoe Service of New Kensington, serving this area for a half-century. David?
All right, Bob. A lot of highlights. The game started out a little bit slow, but toward the end of the first period, it lights up. Here's Valley's Donnie Booker. Beautiful 16-yard run. Takes it to the 1-yard line of the Rams. And on the next play, Dom Girardi over center for the score, and it's 6-0 Valley. The kick was missed, and that's how the quarter ended. Here goes Valley, begins with Highlands quarterback Justin Bouch. He escapes what was a sure sack, and he rambles for 12 yards and a first down, keeping the ball going for the Highlands Rams. This next play is a pass. Justin Bouch to Jason Tees. It could have been a good one, but it is broken up by Jermaine Hughley for Valley. On this play, down the middle, beautiful pass to Tyrone Woody, a 26-yard gainer, and that's the biggest play of the night for the Rams. Bouch takes control. On a bootleg, he runs, and he's down all the way to the Valley 7. Justin Bouch doesn't stop there. I'll go the other way. And he rolls out to the right, and on this 7-yard bootleg, he's in for the touchdown, and it's a tie ball game. Hewitt makes the extra point, 7-6 Highlands. 4th and 7, Highlands territory. A beautiful pass from Dom Girardi to Mike Martin, but it's broken up by number 28, Darrell Collier. And to end the half, they try a desperation pass, and it's picked off by number 11, Jordan Babensack. And we end this first half, Highlands 7, Valley 6.
It's kind of hard to pick an MVP so far in the ball game, but we got a ways to go. Albert Shoe Service, one of the oldest shoe service shops in the New Kensington area, is the oldest shoe service shop in New Kensington. Since 1949, count them folks, 5 decades. Albert Shoe Service has provided this area with quality workmanship. Trust Albert Shoe Service for shoe dyeing, orthopedic work, the repair of boots, shoes, handbags, all leather goods, even the restringing of ball gloves. Stop in to say hello to John Mancini at Albert Shoe Service. They're located at the corner of 5th Avenue and 10th Street in New Kensington. Joe, I'm going to get on my favorite subject, and that's food, wherever I can get it. I want to thank the guys here at Highlands for bringing up that kielbasa sandwich, but I got to tell you about...
You didn't eat it, you drank it.
I got to tell you about Pamela's Catering, located on 7th Street in New Kensington, up near Martin School. Stopped in today, and, you know, we chatted a little bit. I absolutely love their wedding soup, and you haven't really tasted wedding soup until you've tried that at Pamela's. They've got a storefront. They do catering, but they do have a storefront. They've got sandwiches. They've got salads, baked goods, and they're always fresh. You know, the holidays are going to be coming up shortly, and you might want to plan a party that you don't have to break your back over. Give Pamela's a call. Let her know what it is you'd like to accomplish, and Pamela will take care of it. Pamela's Catering, just one call will do it. 337-1054. Again, it's Pamela's Catering. They're located at the top of 7th Street in New Kensington, near Martin School. Well, folks, we're about to start our second half tonight. And coming up, the third quarter kickoff after this timeout.
If over 200 brokerage firms, mutual fund managers, and financial institutions from around the world advise their customers with the help of investment research from PNC Bank, well then, why not just go into PNC Bank?
Central Office Products, your authorized agent for Bell Atlantic Mobile, thanks you for making them the Pittsburgh area's #1 agent by offering current customers a free Motorola StarTAC analog phone when you add another line. Or trade in your current phone if you've had it for at least a year for a free slim Nokia 918 available in colors. If your cellular phone bill is $20 a month, you should switch to a digital phone and save. An authorized agent for Bell Atlantic Mobile, Central Office makes business and personal communications easy. What's behind the name Fire Pro Services?
Most people think the only thing we do is insurance damage restoration work, such as fire, smoke, and water damage. But we're much more, a multifaceted service company. We're a construction company, a painting company, a floor covering and specialty cleaning company. And we do it all very well. People count on us for all we do because we do it professionally.
More than insurance damage restoration. Call on Fire Pro Services.
Hi, I'm back, and I have an important message for you. When you're shopping for auto insurance, you can't afford to ignore Westmoreland Insurance Services. You can't be all things to all people, but we're coming close. We have new companies and new programs that enable us to offer competitive rates to those with perfect records, as well as those not so perfect. If you haven't tried Westmoreland lately, you may have missed an opportunity to reduce your premiums. Call us at 337-3557. That's 337-3557.
Well, we're about ready to start third quarter action, and Mike Choma standing by with another sideline report.
Bob, unfortunately for the Highlands Golden Rams, Aaron Berkabin, he's in his pads off. He's done for the evening. His knee flared up, and again, he won't be able to play the second half on defense. That's a big blow to Highlands Rams defense.
Wow. Well, I don't know what complexion or how that might change the complexion of the game, but Joe, you're doing the third? Is that what's going on here tonight?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, you're the boss. It looks like...
Thanks for the reminder.
You're right. Santucci and Mike Martin are back deep for Valley, who deferred in the first half, and they will receive to start the second half. We've got a really, really terrific ball game in front of a huge crowd here at Highlands, 7-6. The Rams leading Valley as we start the second half.
And Hewitt tees it up. Well, boy, what a big crowd here. This
I don't know if I've seen one as big as this, Bob, to be honest with you, really. All right, here we go. Hewitt getting set to kick it off. And there's a squibbler, and if it stays in bounds, they're going to get great field position. Picked up at about the 10-yard line, and down goes the ball carrier. Donnie Booker picked it up, and the ball is going to be spotted at the, let's see, where is it? About the 20-yard line or close to it. Very close to the 20. So,
in fact, the nose of the football, I think, is touching the 20. Well, Hewitt did his job.
All right, Valley now with possession to start the second half from their own 20-yard line. They trail 7-6. As Girardi. Here is a handoff right up the middle and getting good yardage. Still going. Coming down the sideline and just barely grabbing hold was Tyrone Woody as Mike Martin went from his own 20-yard line to the Highlands 48. Oh, brother, 32 yards on the carry.
Here's
what
the
a
replay.
run by Martin. Watch him knock people over.
Nice block by Sheldon Simmons.
And had Woody not grabbed that jersey here, Bob, it might have been goodbye. Tyrone Woody made the stop. Valley, 1st and 10 from the 48 of Highlands. Here comes Girardi on the handoff. Mike Martin one more time. He keeps breaking tackles, but really had nowhere to go. He gets it up to the 46. That was not Mike Martin. That was Donnie Booker. Correction. Nick McAndrew on the carry. Pollack made the stop for Highlands. A gain of almost 2 yards. 2nd down and 8.
Now, don't forget, Valley is playing the game without Andre Burke here tonight. We haven't mentioned that since the pregame show.
But Donnie Booker, Bob, in his place, has played
he has.
quite well.
He has.
Although Booker is doing a tremendous job here. Here's a handoff. Mike Martin again, and Martin is going to be stopped. Big number 71. Or was that Booker again?
That was Booker.
Boy, I'll tell you what, these numbers have me totally confused. Number 71 there to make the stop for Highlands. That's Nick Barker. All right, ready to go. Big play here for both teams, obviously. It's 3rd down and a long 5 for Valley. They have the ball at the Highlands 47-yard line. Well, make it the 43-yard line. All right, here's Girardi. Intercepted. Oh, my, intercepted by Marcus Williams. And Williams is going to run it back to about the 45. Let's see where they spot the ball. At about the 43-yard line. Big interception that time by number 21, Marcus Williams of Highlands. Let's watch it again. He goes up way up there to get this one, and boy, he came down with it. I believe it was intended for number 33, Mike Martin.
And he made the tackle.
And Lewis Wingfield finally made the stop. All right, it's going to be Highlands with the football at their own 41-yard line. Bouch, the quarterback. They pitch back. Here comes Woody. Cuts inside. Woody is going to be grabbed. I believe that was number 25 that made that grab, Joel Pittman.
First penalty of the night against the Vikings.
So, as Bob mentioned, first penalty of the night against Valley. So they'll march off the penalty. And this is going to be a
Personal foul.
15
Face
yards.
mask. Defense, 15 yards. First down.
So they'll spot the football at the 43-yard line of Valley. Big break for the Rams. So Highlands now, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff, and Woody off the left side goes up across the 40 as Jermaine Hughley made the stop. They'll spot the ball right at the 40, a gain of about 4 yards. 2nd down, 6 yards to go for Highlands at the Valley 40. 7-6 is the score. Highlands in the lead. All right, ready to go once again. Here's Bouch, hands off, and Woody one more time. Woody driving across the 35 to about the 34, and it looks as though he may have the first down.
Close.
Well, they may bring in the sticks here for a measurement. It looks as though they have the first down, but they're bringing the sticks to make sure.
Well, there's no doubt about it, Joe. Emotion has played a big role in this one here tonight.
And about 3 inches short. 3rd down and inches for Highlands at the Valley, just across the Valley 35-yard line. They'll lead a couple of inches. This could be 4th down territory, Bob, in case they don't make it here. All right. Bouch over getting instructions from Coach Cars while they were doing the measuring. And here we go. 3rd and inches. Bouch keeps, and Bouch has the first down. 1st and 10 for the Rams at about the 33-yard line of Valley. Booker and Mike Martin there for the stop. So it's 1st and 10 for Highlands at the Valley 33-yard line. What a crowd we have here at Highlands, and what a ball game. 7-6 Highlands, third quarter. Here's a handoff to Woody. Woody gets across to 30, keeps driving. Now they push him back. Forward progress will get him to the 30-yard line. Stopped by John Pernunzi.
Watch the replay as Valley tries to close the gap, but Woody is finding some holes.
Right, and Woody picks up short yardage, actually, maybe close to 3 yards. So it'll be second down. And here's Woody again, and Woody gets a couple of yards. Looked as though he might have some room, but no way, as number 44 came up to make the stop, Jermaine Hughley. And Duncan also there for the stop, along with...
Pernunzi was there again.
Yeah, Pernunzi again, okay, at the 28-yard line, close to the 29, but between the 28 and 29. It'll be third down and a long 6 for the Rams. Play coming in from the bench as Coach Carr sends Justin Holmes in with a play. Highlands.
Woody is out because he lost the contact. Joe. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Split backs this time, and they send Williams in motion. Rolling out, still rolling. Bouch is still going, and Bouch is going to be close to the marker. He's going to be a little bit short, I do believe. Bouch rolled to the left side, tried to outrun the defender over there, and couldn't do it as Craig Duncan made the stop. They're going to be short of the first down. Let's see where they spot it.
Here it is right here. Duncan coming in.
And Woody evidently found the contact, and he's going to try to find a hole as he gets into the lineup now. They're going to need about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards. Woody is back into the lineup along with number 83. That's Schattenbrand for Highlands. Williams and number 11, Babinsack, coming out. 4th and a long one. Here's Woody, and this time he may have. Well, I'm not gonna speculate. We're just gonna wait for the mark, and the official looks at it, and what do? Well, they evidently held. Yep. They held. They're about 1/2 yard short, so Valley on a big defensive effort there as they hold the Rams and take over the football. We'll take a break, come back with more right after this. Big play, and they have the football at their own 22-yard line. Girardi, hands off, going around the right side, good yardage, still driving, still going, up across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And we're trying to get the number. I think that was Donnie Booker.
Well,
off the right side and picks up the yardage. Oh, but I'll tell you what, if Gene Collodi is looking in, and I'm sure he will be at one time or another, be nice to get the dark numbers on those white jerseys so they can be seen.
It was Booker.
All right. So we go again. 1st and 10 for Valley from their own 36-yard line. They trail by a point, 7-6. Here's Girardi. Handoff, Martin, and Martin is going to go drive, and a flag is thrown, and it looks as though that might be a hold there, Bob. Usually, well, let's wait and see. It looks like a holding call is going to go against Valley, but we'll wait and get the indication from the referee. There is the indication they're holding against Valley. They'll bring this one back, and it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Well, that 4th down and short yardage, Bob, could be a determining factor in the ball game here. Had Highlands been able to pick up that 1st down and continue on, who knows what might have happened. If they had taken that into the end zone, maybe gone ahead by 8 points.
Offense, 10 yards, spotted the foul. Repeat, 1st down.
10 yards. And the ball is going to be spotted at about the 27. So it'll be a first down, 20 yards to go for Valley from their own 27. Girardi barking signals. Girardi fakes. Girardi looks, throws a long pass. And is it intercepted? I believe it is. Intercepted. Darrell Collier on the interception for the Rams. Number 28, Darrell Collier on the interception. And the Rams take over. So, Collier on the interception, and the Rams have the football at their own 36-yard line.
And there's the interception we just watched, and the Rams fans going crazy.
And Collier, that is, went way up there to get that interception. All right, here we go. They're spread out all over the place. Bouch barking signals. Bouch hands off the left side. Here comes Woody. Woody driving up across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Stopped by Chaz Wilburn. As Woody picks up about 6 yards, maybe 7, depending on the spot there, and it looks more like a 7-yard gain. Second down and 3. Gerald Pittman also in that time on the defensive play for Valley. So it'll be second down and 3. The Vikings, the Rams in possession. And here comes Bouch. Bouch cuts inside, and Bouch is still going, and finally hemmed in and dropped. Donnie Booker was the principal tackler.
I'm sorry, Craig Duncan.
Excuse me, that was Duncan. And Hughley also there, so it'll be a third down. They may have lost a yard there. Third down and 3. Justin Bouch coming over to the sideline here to get a play from Coach Tim Cars. And the Rams have it at their own 42-yard line. Third down. Split backs as Bouch rolls right. Bouch looks way out there. Bouch is going to keep it, and he is going to be hit at the 45. He'll be short of the first down by about 3 yards. Jermaine Hughley one more time.
And he's hurt. He comes up a little bit gimpy.
For Valley, and Hughley limps a little bit, but there's no way he's going to leave the ball game.
Well, they're going to have to punt it, Joe.
So they're going to punt the football, fourth down and a couple, as going back to punt is Bo Elliott. That's back deep for here. High snap, oh my. And what a grab by Bo Elliott. What a grab by Elliott. Fair catch at about the 29-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Bo Elliott, what a play. Went up way high to get that high pass. Then he came down and got a good punt off. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away.
With 3:30 to play. And Valley, Joe, at their own 30.
All right, here we go. Valley has it. Here's a handoff. Oh, what a tackle. Number 58 made a diving tackle there. The same guy that got that punt away. Bo Elliott, big play for the Rams.
Maybe Rich Falder won him on the basketball team.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not on the baseball team. In fact, I was just talking with Tom Stabile, the NFL official, if you will. Right to my left told me that Bo Elliott is quite a baseball player besides a good football player. All right, ready to go once again. Valley in possession. No gain on that carry as it's second down and 10. The ball resting right at the 30-yard line of the Vikings. Girardi. Barking signals. Girardi looks. Girardi throws and partially blocked and almost intercepted by Justin Holmes. That one, in all fairness, was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Let's watch it. Right there it was tipped and almost, look at this, almost intercepted. Number 45 that was. Justin Holmes almost came down with another interception.
Third quarter, 2:40 to play.
So 2:48 remaining to be exact in the third quarter, and it's going to be a third down and 10 yards to go for the Vikings from their own 30. Girardi rolls right, looks, got a man out there, and oh, this one goes nowhere. Incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. And boy, let's see who made that hit over there, Bob.
Well, it looked like Mike Martin, the intended receiver. I don't know if we're going to see.
Well, let's watch this to see who made that hit there, although the pass was incomplete. It'll bring up a fourth down, and Santucci back deep to punt the football. He'll be back about his own 15-yard line. See if we can get that number there, Bob, who made that hit.
21.
Number 21, Williams. All right, here we go. Santucci back deep, low snap. He gets it away. Good high kick. Didn't go very far, and good catch, a fair catch made by number 15, Ryan Valasek. I'll tell you, they were breathing down his neck, Bob, but he hung right in there and made the fair catch at his own 45-yard line. So Highlands in pretty good field position here with 2:33 left. In the meantime, if you're in need of an attorney, call on Ray Bitar of New Kensington. If you need to settle an estate, discuss a personal injury situation, set up a last will and testament, perhaps a real estate transaction, the man to call is Ray Bitar, who has served the area for over 20 years. Attorney Ray Bitar, Felderelli Square in New Kensington. All right, here we go. Highlands at their own 45, 1st and 10. Bouch, hands off, up the middle. Holmes, 10, 15. Holmes up across the 40 to about the 38-yard line. Big run by Holmes right up the middle. He got about 18 yards on that carry. Good for the first down. So Craig Duncan finally made the stop for Valley at the Valley 37-yard line. So the Rams are ready to go. Bouch sends Williams in motion. Here is Bouch looking. Long pass. Babinsack. And what are they going to call? A penalty. Yep, interference call. They're going to go against the Vikings. Flannery doesn't believe it. He turns and said something, I believe, to the official, but he turns and went over to the Valley huddle. They're going to call an interference penalty here against the Vikings. Let's see. Probably 15 yards here from the 36. If it's a 15-yard penalty, it should go down to the 21-yard line. Let's wait until they march it off. While we wait for the penalty infraction here being marched off, let's send it down to Mike Choma. Mike
Martin, guys, on the sideline here. Both knees are injured, and they're checking him. And again, he's in a lot of pain down here. I don't think he'll return.
Well, that'll be quite a blow to the Vikings if Mike Martin is not able to return. All right, it's 1st and 10 for Highlands let's spot it at the 22-yard line. Here is a handoff. Here's Woody. Woody driving. Woody inside the 15-yard line down to about the 13. So they'll spot the football at about the 13-yard line. Craig Duncan again on the stop. It's going to be a gain of almost 9 yards. It is 9. 2nd down and 1. Oh my, what a blow this would be here. Woody again. Woody has the first down near the 5, maybe inside the 5. Stopped by Nick Pryor. Well, not the 5, correction. It's at the 10-yard line. So it is a first down. Inside the 10, it'll be 1st and goal. All right, here we go. Woody again. Woody off the left side this time. tries to fight his way, and he gets inside the 10 before Craig Duncan came up to make the stop. Well, it's actually spotted at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal at the 8 for the Rams. Woody coming out of the lineup here, and you know he had lost a contact before. I don't think that's the reason, but here we go again. Here is a little bit of a, well, razzle-dazzle that didn't work. Craig Duncan in on that one. That did not work. In fact, it lost big yardage.
Well, it had to be.
So they're going to spot this one back at about the 13 or 14-yard line. Well, they pitched it back, and Darrell Collier fell on it. Let's spot it at the 14-yard line where it's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, and the quarter has run out, and the Rams hold on tenaciously to a 7-6 lead, and it could be a big, big upset here at Highlands.
All right, we'll be back. The 4th and final quarter coming up. Pass, it is caught, and he is awfully, no, they're going to rule it incomplete. The official on the side has indicated an incompleted pass.
You know what's hurt Valley, Bob, here in the second half? They went the first half without a penalty. In this half, they've had 2 15-yard penalties and a 10-yard penalty.
So now it is 4th and goal to go from the 6-yard line. Is that the 6?
No.
Why? At the 14. I'm sorry.
Right.
4th down.
Well, they're going to try field goal here with Hewitt, and he's a good one.
See where they have it set at the 22. It'll be a 32-yard attempt. Kick
oh, what a kick. What a kick by Hewitt.
And so it is a 10-6 game in favor of the Highlands Golden Rams. Well, John Kazmarek is spreading out the welcome mat to some great food and fun at Gippers, formerly the Rabbit Foot Restaurant on Craigdale Road in Lower Borough. Enjoy football on the Gipper 60-inch giant screen TV. Gippers, Craigdale Road in Lower Borough. It's a 10-6 game. The Highlands Golden Rams, by virtue of the field goal, now leading by 4 points. And the Rams will kick off, trying to increase their section record by a full victory and give the Vikings their first loss of the season.
So a 31-yard field goal by Matt Hewitt has the Rams up 10-6. The last 2 kickoffs that he's made, Bob, have been by design. He's not allowing Valley's backs to run them back.
So Hewitt has it set up right now. And the Vikings have Santucci and Donnie Booker back to receive. And again, it's a squibbler. In the direction of Booker, was touched by one of the up men. Booker from the 15 tries to run over a couple of players and has it near the 29. And the Vikings will have it first down and 10. They trail by 4 to the Rams. And
Valley has been very successful on kickoff returns with that reverse. They do a nice job, and I think Highlands tonight has just tried to take that away from them.
25-47.
So we have 11:40 to play here in the game. We're in the early moments of period number 4. And the Valley Vikings with a football. Girardi will throw. He fires to Santucci. Caught at the 30, 35, 37, 38-yard line. A gain of about 9 on that play. Maybe 8 at the least.
I had mentioned at the first half stats that Valley had played an exceptionally penalty-free first half, none. the 3 that they've had this second half in that third period, 2 for 15 yards and 1 for 10, gave Valley an opportunity there, 40 yards, and resulted in a field goal for the Golden Rams.
So the football is marked now at the 38. It'll be second and a yard to go. And we had a momentary timeout on the field. Somebody did call a timeout.
I think the officials have called the timeout. Stop the play here.
And they've huddled.
All I know is stay out of the box.
I have no idea what the conversation is all about, but it is. One of the officials is slightly injured. And he's here on the bench. I'll tell you what, while this unfolds, we'll take a break and we'll come back here to Highlands right after this. In a yard.
Uh-oh.
And here we go at the
big play.
At the 45 and inside the 45. And a Viking first down as Martin carries the football, and he's slow in getting up. Babinsack made the tackle. Let's watch it again. The give to the up back. And Mike Martin, number 33, carries the football. It's up the midfield right there. And across the 45, and he's coming off the field.
He had gone out earlier, Bob, and both knees are banged up. And he came back in for that play, got hit low, and I don't know if we'll see him again, but his knees are bothering him.
So it's first down for the Valley Vikings on the Highlands 45. Here's Girardi. He fires, tipped into the air, intercepted. Intercepted. The indication is an interception again.
Wide open.
By Jordan Babinsack.
That's Babinsack's second interception of the night.
And another Viking is injured at about the 37-yard line. Here again is Girardi. That ball was tipped. And a diving interception made by Jordan Babinsack. There's the throw. Tipped into the air. Babinsack leaps for the ball and makes the catch. And the official that had given the indication that the interception indeed did take place was in perfect position to make the call. He was behind him and in front of the receiver. So there's a timeout on the field again here with an injured Viking down, and again it's Hughley. He's been down once before here in the game, and he's up limping. We started the second half also with the fact that Aaron Bertobin was injured for the Rams and would not see action at all in the second half. 10-6 Highlands in the lead.
Last week at Hampton, Bob, we saw a really, really hard-hitting game, and a lot of Valley Vikings had bumps and bruises. That was a really hard game for them, and tonight another one, and a couple of the Vikings are out. This is really a hard-hitting football game.
10:30 to play in the game. And Bouch is the quarterback. Bouch gives to Woody. Woody up the middle. He went off to the left of center, then cut up to the 35-yard line, a gain of about 4. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. And the Rams will probably keep it on the ground to try to eat up as much of the clock as they can.
Woody has been the workhorse for the Rams tonight. He's carried the ball 20 times for a total of 71 yards.
Not big on average, but big on, you know, being able to find some holes. And once again, it's Woody. Up to the 40, short of the first down.
I don't know. I think he's got it. But referees didn't measure the last one. Let's see if they measure this one.
Was it Williams that carried? And we have another injury. You know, he may have the first down, but they move to they indicate now it is a first down, and one of the Rams is down on the field. Number 63 it is, and that's Ron Pastorik being attended to right now. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a whale of a ball game. The Highlands Golden Rams have a 4-point lead. 10-6 is the score. We're in the fourth quarter with just under 10 minutes to play in the game. Valley scored first, did not make the conversion on the kick after. A problem either on the snap or on the hold. Maybe the snap was high, but they did not get the extra point off. They did wind up throwing it into the end zone as the last last-ditch effort, but the pass went incomplete. Highlands followed with a touchdown and went ahead 7-6. That was the halftime score. And then a 32-yard field goal by Hewitt has given the Rams a 10-6 lead. Even if it was 10-7, I mean, the only thing it did was actually take the Vikings out of a field goal tying possibility, but I'm assuming they would be going for the 6 anyway.
If Mike Martin is unable to return tonight, he has had an exceptional night with only 4 carries. He has gained 82 yards, over 20 yards per carry.
We're going to take a break. This injury probably will take some time. We'll do the break. We're going to be coming back after this timeout. Ron Pastorik was assisted off the field. It looks like a bad ankle.
He's been replaced by a junior, number 67, Ian Callaghan, a 6-foot, 175-pounder. And there's the first thing that happens when you bring in a new center.
Loose football, and Highlands did recover. And they picked up maybe a yard on the play. So the ball is moved forward to the 41-yard line. We'll call it 2nd down and 9 on that fumble recovery. Highlands 10, Valley 6. We're in the final quarter.
4 turnovers for both teams. Highlands 4 fumbles, losing 1. Valley 4 interceptions.
And the give goes once again to Woody. Woody is hit hard. The Vikings going for the football as well. Ball spotted at the 44, and it'll bring up 3rd and about 6. Third down and a long 6 for the Vikings, or for the Highlands rather, against the Vikings here tonight. Highlands continues to run out the clock as much as they can. I know they don't want to put it in the air. And the Rams want to call a timeout. I don't know that that's what Coach Cars wanted. I think he was giving a signal, and I think the Rams may have thought the coach wanted a timeout, and I don't think he wanted it. The look on his face or his actions might indicate that he didn't want the timeout. I don't know that they're going to need it, but nonetheless, they have called a timeout. We're in the final stands of this big rivalry matchup here at Highlands. I was reminded earlier by one of our reviewers that barring a matchup in the playoffs somewhere, and that could happen, this will be the final time these two teams will play in this century.
The game of the millennium.
You know, I'm still thinking back of the previous 4 Valley games. Have they ever trailed in a game? They won the first one over Knock handedly. They beat Hampton easily. They beat Derry. I think they scored first.
And they were never ahead against Hampton. You are correct. I believe all 4 games they were ahead, and they started out tonight with that 6-0 lead.
And the football at the 44. 3rd and 6 for Highlands.
This is a big down.
The new center is Ian Callaghan. Here is Bouch. He throws. Open. Woody is open at the 45, and he's hit out of bounds. Highlands fans wanted a flag on a late hit, but they're not going to get it.
Woody stayed upright. He stayed upright.
Maybe with a little play acting, he could have drawn another 15 yards, and I think the late hit might have come. Well, let's see if we can pick it up here again. I'm kind of surprised in the way that they've thrown the football, but again, if you're looking for the run.
A little jump pass here. Look at that, just a little jumper. Is he out
Woody
of bounds
makes
yet?
the catch.
No, we can't tell.
Here's a give, and Holmes carries. Tripped up on the play by Santucci.
He's got your classic fullback. Hand off, shoulders squared ahead, both arms over the ball, and barrel ahead.
37-yard line is where they have it spotted. It's 2nd and 5 coming up. We have 8:08 to play in the game. Highlands leading 10-6. Here's Bouch over center. Gives to Woody. Or check that, it's Carlisle. Is that Carlisle?
That's Darrell Collier.
Yeah. Darrell Collier, I should say. and picks up maybe 2 yards to the 36-yard line. Call it third and maybe a long 3. Clock moving, 7.5 minutes left in the game. Highlands by 4 if they score here. Valley would need 2 scores. If they get stopped and go for a field goal, the lead would only be 7. 13-6. Here's Bouch. Being chased. Dodges a tackle, throws, and it is caught by Williams. What a catch by Williams. And with all that time, you would have wondered how in the world Valley could not defend that ball.
To be able to look down the field with that kind of pursuit showed some maturity. He kept his eyes downfield.
So Justin Bouch completes the pass, and Highlands picks up the first down at the 15 approximately. Is that where it is? 15 on the nose. And we're under 7 minutes to play in the game.
With that pass, Justin Bouch has completed 7 passes, and he's passed for 100 yards.
Bouch brings the team out again with Babensack and Williams flanked to the left, and Woody gets the call. Woody tries the left side. Off tackle. Gain of about 3, 2nd and 7 at the 12-yard line.
Bob, the Pirate broadcasts are always looking for the turning point of the game. That was a big play.
It was. It certainly was.
Valley had him hemmed in, and he threw downfield and saw Marcus Williams coming back to the quarterback and hit him with a 30-yard pass.
Midway through the 4th quarter right now, here's the give. Collier gets bumped hard, but right now they're in good position here to. If they don't get the 6, they'll go for the 3 undoubtedly.
And time is now becoming a factor. A lot of time, but it's becoming a factor. Third down, 3 yards to go. Ball's on the 7-yard line of the Valley Vikings.
Crowd getting more into the game here from the local side, and the Valley rooters on the opposite side of the field cheering for their defense. Woody around the left side, and the official goes down. He's not into the end zone. One of the officials takes another hit.
Did you bring your striped shirts, Bob?
It's another first down. This will be goal to go inside the 5 at about the 2-yard line. First and goal for the Rams. Here's the play again. Woody. Good play calling here. Here's the official taking a hit.
Oh.
So the Rams first and goal. 5:11 to play. They lead by 4, 10-6.
This is called hold on to that ball at all costs, Bob.
Woody slants over.
He's in.
And the Rams have scored again. And lead it 16-6. .507 left in the game, and the lead now is 10 points. So the Vikings, following this extra point, will trail by at least 11 and will need 2 scores in order to win. Some of the Highlands fans, believe it or not, starting to leave. There's the extra point. It ricochets in the forest behind the scoreboard. And Hewitt has made it 17-6. And the Rams are supercharged for the game here tonight on the home field. And again, we point out that the completed pass by junior quarterback Bouch, as he got it downfield on a critical play, completing the pass, he shook a certain sack in releasing the football and picked up a huge first down. And it has become, what is the score? 13? I'm sorry, they lead by 13 now?
Yes, they do. Well, let's see.
I don't understand. They had
should
10.
Be 17.
Should be
6.
17.
Well,
there it is.
there
Now
it
they
is.
put it back. I thought for a moment I may have missed something.
In the pregame and discussing with Mike Choma, we wondered what Highlands team would show up tonight. They started the year with that win over Derry and looked solid. The teacher strike, they looked in disarray. Played well against Elizabeth Forward. Didn't know what to expect tonight. Well, with the coaches back, I think these guys had something to prove, and they played a darn good ball game.
Another squibbler. It takes a high bounce. And the ball is picked up near the 25 and returned on the far side of the field. The Vikings will put it in play at their own 37 or 38. 5 minutes showing on the clock exactly. 5 minutes to play.
Second half, he's 1 for 5. He's got to turn it on now. They need him big time.
Girardi intercepted a couple of times tonight. Fires downfield. This one was a little bit too high. Pass was intended for Clint Stevenson. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Vikings. Here's Girardi now out of the huddle and running out of the eye, which they run out of all night. It goes to the tailback. A slight hole, and they make some ground out of it to the 44. A gain of about 5 on that carry.
Billy Enciso.
So Enciso carries for his 4th time tonight and finally gets some yardage. His other 3 carries was stopped at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and about 5 yards to go.
With the turning clock, 4 minutes and 22 seconds. 4th period. Valley again out of the eye.
Here's Girardi, who will look to throw. He's rushed, he throws, and short. On the far side of the field, it brings up 4th down. 4th and 5, and down by 11. Why not go for it?
There's been good pressure by the Highlands defense, pressuring Girardi. He's been sacked 3 times tonight by the Highlands.
Up by Babinsack. He can fly. Also, Tyrone Woody is on him. They throw the screen. It is caught. They'll get the first down. And up across the 40-yard line comes Mike Martin, I believe. And they're down to the Highlands 32-yard line.
No, that was Donnie Booker.
Was it Booker?
Yeah, that's Booker.
So Booker makes the pass reception. Here's the throw by Girardi. It is caught on the screen pass. And the tackle made.
About 20 yards on that screen pass play.
So Valley at the 36 of Highlands, trailing by 11. Girardi fires, tipped into the air.
Oh.
And I'll tell you who was back there again was Babinsack, but it was too far away from Babinsack to even think about. But it was tipped in the area. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Babinsack and Bouch back in that defensive secondary. Babinsack, of course, a basketball player at about 6'5", and Bouch at about 6'3", so they've got some pretty big backs back there.
Tim Carr's glad to be back. Teacher strike not over, but the teacher's back in the classroom, and he's back on the sidelines with his team, and this would be a big, big boost to the Highlands football program of 99 if they go on to win it. 2nd and 10. Girardi looking for Jefferson, throws the screen. It is caught at the 40. At the 35, 33-yard line. And the pass caught by Bill Enciso. But it'll bring up a 3rd and about, where are they? 3rd and about 5.
A real nice tackle by Marcus Williams.
There's the pass. There's Enciso on the catch. And Williams comes in to make the play.
Nice tackle.
3rd and perhaps 4 after that pass reception.
Under 3 minutes.
Girardi fires the pass. It is caught for the first down. And they're inside the 25. Close to the 20. In fact, I think they're on the 20. Time remaining, only 2:43. And you know what's going to happen if the Vikings should go on to get the extra point after the, to get the TD and the extra point, they go for the onside kick. Oh, you're looking at the 2-point conversion try.
Sure, that'll put them in, yeah.
Here's the pitch back. And Ciso on the run. And Ciso is hit inside the 25 at about, or the 20 rather, at about the 19.
Got about a yard, Bob.
Play. Girardi.
He's open.
He's got a man out there, incomplete. Into the corner of the end zone, but that stops the clock at 2:17, 3rd and 9.
Bob, I saw some exceptional speed by Justin Bouch. It looked as though Jefferson was open, and Bouch went on a full sprint to where he thought the ball was going to land, and he actually beat Jefferson there. That was some really fine speed. Good heads-up play.
3rd down and 9. The Vikings in possession, but down by 11 late in the game. Santucci sends Jefferson to the left side. Taking a lot of time.
Oh, Valley jump.
The Vikings jump. So instead of 3rd and 9, it'll be 3rd and 14.
Picking an MVP tonight's going to be tough. I've got 3 guys in mind for the MVP.
Here's Girardi, 3rd down play. The rush is on. Girardi looking for some running room. Now he's going to talk the arm, and he's going to be brought down at about the 29-yard line. The chase was on, and I believe it was, well, they got a 42 out there that's not on the roster. It's got to be...
I know Justin Holmes was chasing him around.
Well, there's a 42 out there that we don't have. Gary Pollack it is. And we had him listed on the chart at number 48. So Valley has called their well, I don't know if it's their final timeout, but another timeout.
Or be in the game. I just hope he's all right.
No, he's...
Oh, there he is.
I thought I had seen it. Yeah,
there he is. It's just been a quiet night for Mark.
Here it is, 4th down. They need the pass reception, and they've got him down. This should do it right here. Ryan Kenna breaks through to make the play, and the Vikings will turn it over. And the Rams take over at their own 35 after the quarterback sack.
That's been the 5th sack on Girardi tonight by the Highlands Rams. But Dom has had some time to pass. I think several of those sacks need to be credited to that defensive secondary. There hasn't been anybody open.
Some of the crowd now begins to funnel out of the stadium here. They realize the parking jam that's going to take place when this one's over. Bouch. A give to Woody, and Woody is up to the 39. Picking up 4 yards on the plays. Johnstown here, and that should be a victory, because Johnstown hasn't won yet this year. Collier gets the call and hit on the play by Nick Pryor. 3rd down and about a yard. 23 seconds. There's the give and a rush around the left side. Collier on his feet at the 40. He's at the 35, and he's still on his feet, and he'll go for the touchdown. As time shows 12 seconds on the clock, and the Rams lead it 23-6. The Vikings thought perhaps they had him stopped at the line of scrimmage.
A 56-yard touchdown run. What great speed for this young man.
Collier is just out racing everybody. They almost had him inside the 30 right here. But he slips away, gets into the end zone, and makes it 23-6. And Hewitt will attempt the point after. Snap of the ball. The kick by Hewitt is good. 24-6 is the score. With only 12 seconds remaining. And it's all over but the shot. So I guess congratulations would be the headline in this one for Coach Tim Kars and his Rams, rebounding after some sluggish losses to post a victory over previously unbeaten Valley. And with 2 seconds left, the Vikings have it at the prevent defense and another flag. Advantage on this, but again, it means nothing.
This really changes things in the Greater Allegheny, doesn't it?
Sure does. Final play of the game, it's a draw. And it's all over. The Highlands Golden Rams have won the game. A final score of 24-6.
Well, they own the bridge again.
And they recapture the rights to the bridge that connect these two communities. Wrap up brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace the place.
Game showed the Highlands Rams scoring a 24-6 victory over the Valley Vikings. The Vikings got on the board first. In the first period, 2:31 left on the clock. There was a 1-yard dive play by Dom Girardi. A bad snap on the extra point try. Girardi rolled out, tried to go for 2, but the pass was incomplete. Score 6-0 the Vikings. In the second period, 3 minutes and 44-second mark, quarterback Justin Bouch on a 7-yard quarterback keeper around the right side. Went in for the touchdown. The Matt Hewitt kick was good, and the Highlands Rams took the lead for good 7-6. At 11:40 in the fourth period, for Highlands, Matt Hewitt connected on a 31-yard field goal, making it 10-6 Highlands. Again in the fourth quarter at the 5:07 mark, Highlands on a 2-yard run by Tyrone Woody after to complete a 61-yard drive, and a Matt Hewitt kick made it 17-6 Highlands. And to put the game out of reach, 12 seconds left in the fourth period, Darrell Collier, number 28 junior running back for the Highlands Rams, on a 56-yard TD run. Matt Hewitt kick was good for a final score of Highlands 24, Valley 6. Some stats for Highlands tonight: a total of 383 yards on offense. Justin Bouch was 6 for 14 for 100 yards. He rushed for 31 yards. Tyrone Woody was the workhorse, 25 rushes for 94 yards for the Rams. Justin Holmes, 8 rushes for 37, and Darrell Collier, 6 for 66 for a total of 283 yards rushing. For the Valley Vikings, second half was definitely not as good as the first. Dom Girardi was 9 for 22 passing, even though he had 104 yards, but he was intercepted 4 times. Mike Martin, 4 rushes for 82 yards. Donnie Booker, 10 rushes, 74 yards. Mark Santucci, 1 rush for 1 yard. And Bill Enciso, 5 rushes for 6 yards. 104 yards.
Ace the place for the helpful hardware man. There you see the final. Highlands 24, Valley 6. On behalf of Joe Falsetti, Mike Coma, Dave McQuaid, this is Bob Tattern. Good night, everybody.